Anytime I purchase a piece of software that comes with a professional upgrade, it's one of the first things I purchase. And that has a lot to do with my personality and just knowing that for me, I like to take advantage of all of the functionality and the features that an application or a service has to offer. It just seems to me that if I'm going to buy into it and I'm going to use it, I'd like to use it to its fullest extent. And OmniFocus is no different for me. It's one that I heavily leverage the professional features that come with the Pro upgrade. So if you're new to OmniFocus, you're just getting into it, maybe you have the standard version, I do recommend the Pro features, and I want to walk through what do you get whenever you upgrade to the Pro side, and how does that compare to the standard. So if you just go to the OmniFocus webpage on the Omni Group's site, you'll see what we're looking at here. And there are four main areas that set aside the Pro upgrade from the standard version of OmniFocus. Two of these are ones that I heavily leverage. The other two I take advantage of, but not near to the extent as the former of those. So the first one that's on this list here, if you click on Workflow Automation and AppleScript, I'm just going to scroll down so we can see this here. But what we're looking at here is automation through Apple scripting on the Mac. And if you're familiar with some of the stuff I've done in the past, I am a heavy script user in OmniFocus, and to the point where if you dig into working with OmniFocus, you know there's an entire section and grouping of videos about all of these scripts that I've written or that I use. And it has a lot of power whenever you have the ability to augment an application like OmniFocus with some of your own custom features. And that's how I view AppleScript. That's how I view some of this automation. And it's something that allows me to create functionality that I want that doesn't currently exist. And OmniFocus and the Omni Group have a lot of power built into the application, but it's impossible to fit everybody's needs. It's never going to happen whenever you build an application and it just magically fits everybody. That would be awesome. As a developer, I know that will never happen. It just doesn't come through that way. So with AppleScript, you're kind of opening the door for other people to create their own features and their own functionality that don't exist in the application and that don't make sense for the broader user base of that application. So that's AppleScript. The second one on this list is Focus. And this is one that I use rarely. And it's one that I know a lot of people love. And the primary thing, what it is it allows you to narrow down on a project or a context or whatever it is you have selected, a folder, and it will bring it down to where that's the only thing you're looking at. You can get it to, like what we're seeing here on the screen, you can get it to a point where the thing that you've clicked on and the thing you've focused on is the only visible set of projects and actions that you're looking at. And I can see the value in this. This is one that I know some people absolutely adore, and I simply don't fall into that category. I have my own system using a dashboard, and honestly, I use paper for some of it. So it's just not one that I use frequently, but for some, it can be a key feature and a cornerstone application functionality that comes for them. So it's not one I use, but if you are into that process, look into that. Another of the Pro features here as compared to the standard side are these custom perspectives. Now, this is another one that I leverage heavily, and you've heard me talk about the dashboard here. I've also got another perspective, Neutralize. Those two are ones that I use quite a bit, and those are custom perspectives. And what those are is just a way of viewing your projects and your tasks in whatever form you want. You can choose how they're sorted, you can choose how they're filtered, you can group them by different ways. There's the different availability functions that come with it. You can create your own view of projects and tasks with these perspectives. And I'd use these every single day. Probably 95% of the work that I do in OmniFocus is through custom perspectives. So this one, if this was all I got in the Pro set, this would be easily worth the money to me. The AppleScript is probably the same. I would say that if those were the only thing, if I only got perspectives or I only got AppleScript with the Pro upgrade, easily, I'd still buy it immediately. It's just that powerful for me. The last one on the list of pro upgrades is custom sidebars, and it's really handy. I mean, you can see the animation there. With the Mac side of it, you can choose where the tabs are on the side. With the iOS side, you can group and move things around on the home screen for OmniFocus and really start to hone in on how the overall application looks and feels specific to you. Now, this is one that I use quite a bit, but it's one of those set it and forget it type of things. So it's nice, it's handy. It's not a killer feature for me. It's one that I like having, but to me, it feels like it's something that should just be in the standard setup. But I understand why they've got it in the Pro upgrade. I get that. So looking at these, the 4 that are built in here, so the Apple scripting, focus, custom perspectives, and the sidebars, that's what you get whenever you do the Pro upgrade. And to me, they're, like I was talking about, the Apple script and the perspectives. Individually, those would be worth it to me. You put all 4 of them together, and it's a no-brainer. It's so powerful whenever you get into that. And if some of those are a bit intimidating, especially the Apple script, that's one of the most common questions I get is around Apple scripts and the stuff that I do with those. If you're hesitant to jump into the Pro side because you're not sure if that's a good way to do, go look into the group of videos that I've got here in the course about the Apple scripting and how to install those, how to use them, the ones that I've written, and how to work with those, because those are a great way to see, the videos are a great way to see how they work and what they can enable. And if there's something that could help you out there, then the Pro upgrade is what you need to do in order to use those. So overall, to me, the Pro upgrade is well worth it. But overall, those are the differences between the standard and the Pro versions of OmniFocus.